All about batteries. There's all kinds of misinformation about today's most popular rechargeable battery technology used in laptops, tablets, and smartphones, the lithium-ion battery. We do what we do best, research the hell out of everything to hash out the truth. And here's what we found out about battery technology.
In a world of confusing technology, one man aims to save you from the craziness. And that man is Chuck Fresh, the PCGYN.
First things first, the fact that your smartphone lasts an entire day or even longer on one single charge is a freaking miracle in itself when you think about it. Back in the day, you'd need to buy a case of AAA batteries for your camera, radio, or portable electronic device. But today, you can hook up your device to a handy little cable that will recharge the device batteries through most of their useful life. But where did this battery technology come from? Lithium batteries were proposed by M.S. Whittingham while working for Exxon back in the 70s. However, Whittingham's rechargeable lithium battery was extremely expensive and kind of smelly. It smelled like sulfur. In 1983, Michael Thackeray, John Goodenough, his name is really Goodenough, and coworkers further developed a lower-cost alternative that worked better and didn't smell like sulfur. 2 years later, a guy named Akira Yoshino improved the design, enabling industrial scale production. Then in 1989, Goodenough and the University of Texas at Austin figured out how to make the design even better and more powerful, and that led to the rechargeable lithium-ion batteries we use today. There is no memory effect, as there was with older rechargeables, and battery calibration software is completely unnecessary nonsense. The lithium-ion battery does have a few weaknesses. First, they hate extreme cold or extreme heat or extreme anything. Fortunately, they work really well in temperatures that work for you and me. So keep them out of the freezer and away from a hot car and you'll be golden. Secondly, all batteries die eventually. First, they'll lose their capacity to hold a full charge, so you'll notice them dying faster and requiring more plugging in. Then, they'll refuse to charge at all. Most lithium-ion batteries have a rated lifetime of somewhere between 300 and 1,000 charge cycles. They can be less than or more than that depending on the manufacturer. Drops and falls can damage the internal components, causing dangerous leaks, so be careful with your batteries and devices. Most of them are pretty well protected. Finally, lithium-ion batteries are expensive and often not easy or nearly impossible to replace. Apple devices especially do not want you to open their devices, using gobs of special secret Chinese glue and freakishly weird screws to make it as difficult as possible. All batteries are rated in milliamp hours to quantify how long a battery will last given a constant power draw. The mAh rating is also used to describe energy storage capacity as well. A higher number of mAh means that the battery can store more energy, so it has a higher capacity, which also means a longer battery life in most cases. The 3600 milliamp hour in my Samsung S7 Edge can usually power my device all day, but that depends on how much I use the screen and the strength of my cell signal. The less cell signal you have, the more battery it uses, so it wears it down a little quicker. Many other factors can affect the depletion of a battery charge. So you'd think bigger is better, right? Well, not necessarily. Batteries with higher milliamp hours are typically larger and heavier. It's just physics. So gadget manufacturers try to balance the device size and weight against its capabilities, and that's sometimes a very difficult engineering trick. So now that you know the basics, you might be wondering on how long your battery will last. How many times can you recharge your batteries? All that depends on the manufacturer and type of battery, and unfortunately, there are 1,000 answers to that question too. It's important to know that you can't overcharge most name-brand lithium-ion batteries. Most of these rechargeable devices have some sort of power management chip installed in the device itself to prevent overcharging the battery. Some also track how many charging cycles your battery has used. Apple does that infamously. The scary thing is there are many batteries made by third-party outfits who cut corners and don't follow the rules. You can find a lot of those on eBay and Amazon, and they're usually a lot cheaper than the real replacement batteries. Significantly cheaper. You'll tell the difference. If there's no protection built into the battery itself, you might begin to see things like what happened to those hoverboard batteries, random explosions, and even dangerous fires. So, what is a charging cycle? Well, one cycle is just one round of charging and then discharging the battery. The key here, according to a website called Battery University, is the depth of discharge. Apparently, a lithium-ion battery that discharges all the way to zero before recharging can actually degrade the battery to 70% of its original capacity in just 300 to 500 cycles. But supposedly, there's a sweet spot in those lithium-ion batteries that they seem to prefer that help them last a little bit longer. Now, supposedly, if you plug in your device when your battery reports a charge of somewhere between 40 to 70%, that same battery supposedly could be charged another 1,000 times before it starts to seriously degrade. So again, recap, don't charge it all the way up to the top and then run it all the way down. Plug it in, trickle charge it, hit it when it's 40 to 70%, and you may extend the life of your battery. Now, Apple is suspiciously mum on this topic, but in a CNN article in 2007, Apple estimated that the iPhone may typically lose about 20% of its capacity after about 400 full charge and discharge cycles. So we're looking at a year and a half to 2 years here. You can still use it afterwards, but you'll notice your battery dies faster. And things have probably changed since 2007. We're talking almost 10 years ago. Fortunately, equipment manufacturers come out with software updates that help the device run more efficiently, which also helps extend your battery's charge and life. Now, do you have to unplug your phone, iPad, or laptop the moment it's fully charged? Absolutely not. The charger will turn off automatically. It's got protection built into them. Again, these are the original devices. Some of the third-party stuff may be a little iffy. Leaving your device on the charger all day or all night may be better than wasting a charging cycle. Lithium-ion batteries don't respond well to being charged all the way up and then run all the way down, as we talked about before. They do much better with a trickle charge. Just plug it in to get it into that sweet spot between 40 and 70%. Also, no matter what anyone tells you, no software or obsessive charging techniques will help that battery live forever. It's just not possible. Finally, what should you do if you plan on storing a device for an extended period? You go away for a couple of months. The normal instinct would be to fully charge that device. But most manufacturers recommend just a partial charge to be better, somewhere around 50%. And storing a battery in the discharge state all the way empty can push it to the point where it won't recharge. And storing a battery fully charged, again, can shorten its life, supposedly. So long-term storage, also another tip here, it's best done as close to room temperature as possible. Remember, these lithium-ion batteries like the same temperature as humans do. So keep it inside in an air-conditioned or heated room and out of the garage or a storage unit. My name is Chuck Fresh with Computer Care Clinic. Please leave your notes and comments, especially engineering stuff, in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on our next video.